Hello, my name is Fuji, and today I get to tell you that FreeJam is officially shutting down. They have delisted Robocraft after more than 10 years on Steam. The website robocraftgame.com is no longer hosted. It's over. For those unfamiliar with the build-up, FreeJam has worked on several games since Robocraft, and in roughly the last 2 years have tried to make Robocraft 2. That brings us to now, where the main message by FreeJam is up on the screen, but it boils down to not having enough capital to continue to keep the studio open. Apparently this was an executive decision, and the devs themselves did not know it was going to happen. I always wanted to make videos of some kind, and I started my channel sometime in late 2014 with Robocraft. It was the only game that gave me enough motivation to make what I could. It was my favorite game of all time. After 3.5k hours and the Infinity update of 2018, I officially quit RC. My channel lay dormant until both versions of Robocraft 2 relit that spark again. But that journey in the way I wanted it is effectively over. I've heard the story that Robocraft has helped a lot of people go through difficult times in their lives. For me, it was a breakup. I absorbed Robocraft into my life and played as much as I could. By far, it is my favorite game. It is my favorite genre. The first time RC died for me was slow. I tapered off the game at a much longer rate than most who started in the early era. It allowed me to not feel as bad. The second time RC died for me was sudden and hurt the most. The original Robocraft 2 was the perfect game for me. Once its closure was announced, I knew there would not be an experience like it again. While this is a sad state of affairs, as the rebuild would have been cool, I'm ultimately numb about the situation. And really, my first thought is, what do I do now? After some researching, I'd like to talk to you about an alternative, and it's not Persilio. My next investment of my time and this channel will be with Diode Arena. That was clips of my time getting familiar with Diode Arena, and I get nostalgic 2014 Robocraft vibes from it. Even the graphics remind me of early RC because it looks like it's in that early state of development where gameplay was precedent. But before I go further, most watching this video have never heard of this game. But they've probably heard of Persilio. As games in this genre start and die, Persilio has always been a de facto project, as it's about a decade old at this point and still receiving updates. However, my interest is not in comparing gameplay of Diode with Persilio. Both have their own flavors and inspirations of Robocraft, but they have unequal progress. There's two key differences that make Diode much more attractive to me: funding and launch expectations. Persilio is comprised of an all-volunteer dev team with no dedicated capital for the production of the game. At the time of this video, their last major update was less than 2 weeks ago, but took over a year to release. Persilio is on no distribution platforms like Steam. Until they are, there's no indication of when and how they'll reach a larger audience. In comparison, Diode has created a fully functional game in just over 2 years, with a Steam page and a demo to download on it. Secondly, they have dedicated funding through government contracts that require to keep producing the game to keep getting money. Right now, Diode has the highest chance to release commercially and the ability to grow with launch. Both of these games are surviving, but Diode has the keys to thrive, and that makes my case of why I will focus on Diode Arena and hope you will look into it. There's going to be an update this month that will improve the UI and fix a lot of bugs. At the very least, I ask you to go to Steam and hit the wishlist button so it will pop up when it finally comes out. Apparently, that's very important for when a game is placed on Steam at launch. You can download the demo if you like and apply for full access on the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, this is into my personal reasons, but the experience has been great. One thing I really liked about FreeJam was their ability to have an open dialogue. You can often find the Diode devs talking about mechanics, along with plans to fix or improve things. They show work in progress and stuff that is not done, but it's definitely inspiring having these mini updates when this genre is a sea of dead games. So to summarize my position, Diode alone is a fun game. However, even if Presidio was better in every aspect, its inability to launch the game in a commercial setting leaves Presidio exactly where it's always been. Until that changes and the devs commit to at least launching the project, it will simply be in development purgatory. My next video will be a much more in-depth look at Diode Arena after the update this month. The game has a lot of inspirations from Robocraft, but it's far from a carbon copy. There's 2 or 3 unique mechanics that intertwine with the gameplay to differ it from a normal Robo clone. Until then, thank you for watching and have a great day.